we have people, even among our churches and even especially in our area, who they're going to take this personally this week. So they're going to have, if they lose, they're going to have a hard time. Yeah. If they win, they might be too happy. Do you guys have any, I don't know, maybe like pre-words of advice for anybody? Maybe to avoid that long drive where you just, it feels like your world is ending?
Well, time heals. Mm-hmm. Time heals everything. So over the course of a couple of weeks, and to be honest with you, a lot of the people that get really involved, they can tell you who won the past year, but they couldn't tell you the score.
Yeah.
So they're not as involved as they just grow to dislike the other team for a certain period of time. But once you get on through the year, it's you get focused on the next season.
Yeah. I've been around the last couple of years. It seemed like when Ole Miss loses and you're with family, they're like, "Don't look at Facebook," And I'm like, "Well, you don't have any problem with me there." But I think sometimes, and I've seen this sitting in the stands, and Todd probably has too. It's hard to go to the stands after you've been out there, and sometimes I get caught up in, what was he looking at? Mm-hmm. But it's so different down there, and just knowing what those guys go through every week to prepare, and for the games and the teams and they're playing and all that they're involved in. But it's just as bad, I think, on social media and in the stands, the fans of your own team on your own players. Mm-hmm. And that is something I've really struggled with over the years, just sitting there and listening to people just yell at the quarterback and what are you doing and call them every name in the world. And it's so hard to sit there sometimes. And I've thought before, if I could just get that guy to come up here one day and just, after he plays or something and say, "Hey, this is the guy that you wanted to talk to."
Yeah.
Just to see the look on his face, because they get so caught up in the game and passionate.
Or you could let that guy go down to practice for a week.
That's right.
And see what these guys go through, getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, working out and going through a full day of classes and then working out. Absolutely. And then meetings and everything. He may, but it's easy to do. I mean, and that's why I don't go in the games, because they don't need to hear me what I say. And but I've been there, and I've been the one that's been criticized and really ridiculed and praised. So I feel like I have a little.
You guys have a different experience.
That's right.
You have a different perspective.
I feel like I can do that to a certain degree.
Yeah.
I mean, the expectations that they put on themselves are higher than what we put on them, and as fans, and it's just like I said, I'm glad there wasn't social media back in 1989. I would have had to get rid of all that, because I'm sure that and believe me, I would have agreed with most of it. Yeah, it was terrible. It was a bad throw. I agree.
And this year may be worse because people aren't as much in the office together. Mm-hmm. So they're going to be back and forth more on social media than they would be normally.
Well, like you were talking about the stands and online, that you'll just say things in those arenas that you wouldn't say if the guy was standing right in front of you. Yeah. And now that we are separate, you might say things to your neighbor that if you would see him more regularly, you probably wouldn't say to his face or their face. But so it can get a little heated. So. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
No matter if you're an Ole Miss fan or a Mississippi State fan, or you're no fan at all, we hope that you'll keep it civil this week. We hope you enjoy your week, and happy Thanksgiving, everybody.